Chinese mouse brands are killing it by releasing mice that have the best value in terms of price to performance. And the Attackshark R1 is no exception. I recently acquired the R1 a week ago, and given its new release, there's not much information available. Well, no worries, cause we'll be putting this mouse through its paces. The Attackshark R1 is an ergonomic mouse that favors right-handed users. Since this is a budget gaming mouse, there's nothing special about the unboxing experience. You'll only see the user manual, the Type A to Type C USB cable, and the gaming mouse itself. And Attackshark gets a plus points on my book for including a mouse grip. Other companies should also include mouse grips. It's 2024 guys, people want more free cheese. Here are the R1 specifications. The R1 has a measurement of 124mm by 64mm by 41mm. It weighs 59 grams and has a PAW3311 sensor, as well as tri-mode connection. Last but definitely not the least, it only costs $15.20. The build quality is very good. There's no rattling on the inside, no creaking on the side of the mouse, and no flexing. It's not that much different from the Attackshark X3, which is another decent budget mouse. I only have the Attackshark M3 I recently reviewed here to compare it, and I must say that the clicks on the R1 are more satisfying to me. The Attackshark has a bit of a muted click to it. The clicks on the R1 on the other hand are satisfyingly spammable without being too light. It's just right. I don't know, I guess we sort of clicked. Here's the sound test. If you have the same hand size as mine, around 20 centimeters, you should be comfortable using the palm and fingertip grip style. If you're a claw grip user, however, I would imagine you'd be having a hard time using this gaming mouse. My unit came in a red matte finish and it doesn't absorb sweat or dirt that much. It does feel slippery at times though, so adding grip tapes might be ideal. I don't know if these points are all the same with other variants because the materials they use could be different. From what I see though, the R1's build quality is quite good for its price. As for comfort, the Attackshark R1 has a good shape and size. I experienced no discomfort or hand fatigue even during extended gaming sessions or prolonged use of this gaming mouse at work. There's minimal travel on both clickers and the side buttons have a good snap to them. Similar to the mouse itself though, the side buttons can be a bit slippery because of the coating. The scroll wheel, though slightly heavy and tactile, sits low in the body of the shell. The rubber part of the scroll wheel doesn't protrude much beyond the plastic, and the texture is barely noticeable. This design choice makes the wheel follow the trend of feeling a bit slippery, and so there's clearly room for improvement. With the recent releases of budget Chinese gaming mice having opted for a PAW3395 sensors, the R1 with its PAW3311 sensor left the mouse gaming community scratching their heads. There have been concerns regarding its performance, but personally, I haven't noticed any delay or issues compared to the other wireless mice from top brands on my 240Hz screen. The sensor works perfectly fine, and especially on cloth surfaces. Essentially, even though the R1 is a budget gaming mouse with a 3311 sensor in it, the performance is on par with gaming mice that have the 3395 sensor. I haven't encountered any jittering or any other major issues in terms of the sensor. The mouse will require grip tape since the coating is like raisins in cookies. Undesirable. While some are included in the box, the grip tapes provided with the R1 and X3 from Attackshark are not ideal. They lack the necessary grip and are inferior to the coatings used by more reputable brands like Endgame. I recommend using Hotline DIY grip tape, which you can get for $6 for 2 large sheets on AliExpress. They are exceptionally grippy and offer way more value for the money. Rather than spend the money on providing grip tape, I kinda wish they allocated the cost to the internals of the product. The included skates also leave much to be desired. Looking at the battery life, we start to see more of the positives. The R1 takes approximately 3 hours to charge, which is certainly not warp charging. But personally, I appreciate the battery efficiency of the R1. The R1 boasts a rechargeable 280 mAh battery, making it quite long lasting with an impressive runtime of 200 hours. Since buying this a week ago, I haven't had to recharge the mouse since its initial charge, which speaks to its prolonged battery life. One contributing factor to this extended uptime is the absence of extravagant RGB lighting. The only lighting features include the battery indicator, GPI indicator, and mode indicator. The weight of this mouse at 59 grams is great. This is why I can say that Chinese brands are winning against more reputable brands like Razer. I have the Razer V3 Hyperspeed and this mouse is at 83 grams and it doesn't even have a rechargeable battery. Being the cheap consumer that I am thankful for Chinese brands having cheap alternatives. They're like the equalizer of the hardware gaming world. The Attackshark R1 stands out as a noteworthy addition to the realm of budget gaming mice, embodying the trend of Chinese brands having compelling options for budget-conscious consumers such as myself and delivering exceptional price-to-performance value and at a very affordable price under $20.